how to deal with angry playing partners, is buying new golf clubs more beneficial than lessons, and just how big is the hype on buying new golf clubs? All some of the questions we're going to answer today. Let's do it.
Let's do it now.
Hi everyone, James Robinson here guys. First things first, I'd like to warmly welcome you all back to a glorious Woolley Park Golf Club with Gaz. Gaz, how are you?
Guys?
You well?
Yeah, good. I'm looking forward to this today.
Yeah, I'm going to say we've got a bit of a Q&A going, which we've put across our social medias. So guys, if you feel like you're not involved in this, make sure you do follow us on our Instagram tags and obviously on YouTube as well. Smash that subscribe button. If you haven't done already, go check out Gaz's channel as well, because he's absolutely kicking some ass with that, with Tahid.
Yeah, doing well.
The boy wonder. He's playing golf today, isn't he, Tahid?
Yeah, he's playing now, yeah. So not long before he gets his handicap.
Probably wins as well, knowing you.
He's playing at golf day.
Yeah, it'd be good that, very good. So guys, we've got a Q&A running as we've mentioned, and before we tee off, there's one that I need to start with, and it's from George Deacon, and he's asked this on Instagram and on YouTube. The best ways to deal with angry playing partners.
Oh, I'm used to that.
Why, who do you play with?
Well, just you.
I never get angry.
No. It's a good question actually.
I'll let you answer while you
It's a good question. Angry playing partners. I mean, I'd probably try and get some new playing partners, to be honest. I think you've got to enjoy them, haven't you, James?
Yeah.
But I would focus on my own game and, get what you want from the game. Are you out there for a laugh, or are you out there to score? And try to, almost humour what they're doing.
Yeah. I
say.
agree. Definitely agree.
So don't let that get to you and ruin your own game. So.
Now this is where Gaz is going to get really angry, because he's going to go for the green.
I've seen it, it's in play.
Yeah, it's not your best, is it? Yeah, and I'll tell you what, George, for me, I'm actually quite blunt with people. So I have played with angry golfers before, and I just tell them, say, look, you're annoying me, you're probably annoying yourself, you're not going to play the golf that you desire to play or want to play by being angry, so just chill out, especially if it's not in a tournament or a professional comp, and then you're there to have fun. So I don't understand why you'd really, get angry with yourself.
Wait, hang on. It's not, it's gone off, won't get it back on.
We're going landscape as well?
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Happy? We're teaching guys how to use shot tracer today as well.
Bullet.
Take it. Is this a match, by the way?
Yeah. Just to square up on that point, I know a friend who's an angry golfer, and he's actually changed his tactics this year, because last year he said it just destroyed his whole year.
Who's that? Oh, you don't want to say.
Well, I can do. Not mine. He said he felt like he just wasted a year because he was so angry with himself about his performance. He actually forgot why he started to play golf.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest as well, there's a massive misconception that to play good golf you have to be, you have to concentrate, but if you concentrate that much, that it means that much to you.
Yeah.
And I know well, and golf isn't his life. He's got loads more going on in business, in family, and things like that. And I think it's so important you actually understand where golf is in your in your hierarchy of rankings and things like that. Because to me, it's like my level of golf, it's like down here. I really don't mind. My enjoyment's up here.
Yeah.
Who I play with is kind of here, and then they all kind of tie in together.
But just finish. I got myself an angry golfer as well, because I think you put that much time and effort in, you become a bad loser when you're not.
I'm surprised you weren't angry there. That was terrible.
Well, no, but so we can all do it. We're all human.
Oh yeah, definitely. So guys, that's the first question answered from the YouTube community tab. What is the second question? Who's it from?
I think this is a beauty. It's from Benny. He's 4 rounds in, so he's a new golfer. He's asking the question: should you spend money on golf lessons whilst playing? Are lessons considered a necessity?
That's a very, very good question. See, for me there, 4 lessons in, I think there's 2 trains of thought there. You can either think, yes, because you don't want bad habits, you want to ingrain in good habits, you want to make sure you stand right, grip it right. I mean, there's so many things that you can potentially go wrong when you're a new golfer, especially 4 rounds in. But then, have you got the hand-eye coordination and the skills to be able to put into practice what you're being taught or what you're being told?
Well, you know, just to add into that, I think for a beginner, I didn't realise the value in an on-course lesson. You know, not necessarily grip and how to hold it, or, you know, how to stand and address it, but things about course management and how to get round a golf course.
Even, I mean, I hate this word, but etiquette. Etiquette's something which, if you are a new golfer, and we've both introduced mates to the game, Gaz, over the years, haven't we? Because we kind of started very young, and one of the big things that a lot of lads who you play with don't quite get is who plays when, who goes on the tee first, where to stand when someone's playing, where not to stand, when to talk, when not to talk, when to zip your bag open, all things like that, which are almost as important, because no one's going to want to play with you if you don't know those things.
No, and I think unfortunately with golf you do have to sometimes learn by making mistakes.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you've got a coach there, he can, you know, you don't mind being told by a coach so much, but last thing you want is another golfer coming across a fairway to tell you, you know, you left your bag in the wrong place.
Definitely, totally agree with that. So I think really, but go on course with a coach.
Definitely.
Yeah, happy with that, right? Guys, just a real quick one. If your question hasn't been answered in this video, or you didn't get a chance to get a question in because we asked it quite late on in the day, make sure you get in the comments below and write down a question. Then go and check out Gary Martin Golf and subscribe, because we're going to film it for that next week, aren't we, pal?
Yeah, another Q&A.
Another Q&A. Right, I'll play this before we read another one. Have we got a good one next?
Yeah, we've got a great one. A lot of wind up there.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? So I'm striking them wonderfully though, you know, it's like half shots.
So, Simon Andrews, are the gains really worth getting new woods every season? Or is it a case of keeping up with the Jones?
I'm going to be very blunt with that. Oh, it's gone, careful. I'm going to be very blunt with that, and I'm going to say every season, absolutely not 100% no. And I think you're going to agree with me. It's hard to
completely agree with that.
It's hard to even fathom that people would think that you're going to keep picking up 10, 15, 20 yards. Even those days of marketing are gone, because the brands they know they're not going to get away with saying that anymore. I think if you were poorly fitted last year, a well-fitted driver this year will improve you.
Yeah,
I think
if you weren't fitted.
Yeah.
Then if you go through the right process, then no, absolutely no, it won't.
And then I think in this Q&A we always, so we're walking a long way left for guys. Sorry, mate. I think in this Q&A we always like to kind of play devil's advocate as well. You know what I'm going to say? If you want new woods every year, if you want the latest Titleist driver, the latest Callaway driver, if you want new clubs every few weeks in your bag,
it's my hobby.
Exactly, then have them.
I don't drink much, you know.
And that's exactly, you don't drink much.
It's retail therapy for me, you know.
Yeah.
I don't lose a great deal when I'm changing. I always sell mine on eBay.
Yeah.
You know, it barely costs me anything to change clubs.
So yeah. I think if you're saying, are the gains worth it from a performance point of view, I'm going to say no.
And I'd agree.
Yeah. Good. They were firing through these, guys. Go on, you. So while Gaz is doing this, David McDowell, if that ever focuses, I think it has. David McDowell says, can you talk about what trigger you have to start the downswing? Thanks.
Ooh.
So for me, the downswing, I'm feeling as though I've got enough turn in the backswing, and obviously the swing length for the distance I'm wanting to hit, then I'm golden, then I go.
Yeah.
You're wondering what trigger you're going to get now, aren't you?
You know what, I can't say I've considered it. You know, I don't want to lie to David or anybody else, but it's not something that's in my swing thoughts.
Yeah.
It is now though. Oh, that's
friendly one with me, guys. We can carry on walking and talking together. So interesting one here from Matt Evans, and this is probably one of the best questions yet. On a number of occasions you've tested game improvement irons and had really good results, but I always get the impression that despite having good results and being good looking clubs, you wouldn't put them in the bag. Why? Is it seen to be weak for good players to use them to make it easier? Interestingly, everyone is happy to use drivers with loads of forgiveness. It doesn't seem to carry over with the irons. I don't, to be honest, yes, I have good results with them, but I don't, to be honest, I'm almost at a level where I'm always going to go out and shoot one over, one under. Very rarely, I'm not going to deviate that much, and I think that's more down to just going out and enjoying it. I would use them if someone said, oh, I don't know, no one would really ask. I think the thing is, and you're going to probably agree as well on this, go and get fitted.
Yeah.
Like if I go and get fitted, I went to Mizuno to get fitted for my irons.
Yeah.
And the game improvement clubs, just there wasn't the consistency there, like with spin rates, with ball speeds and everything like that. So for me, that's why I personally don't Would you use more forgiving clubs?
Probably not, and that's because I'm not striving for the performance. I'm striving for the pleasure of golf and something I like the look of, something that gives me the nice ball flight. Even though my ball striking might not be as good as a full cavity.
Yeah.
When I'm playing well, I get the desired flight, the desired feel.
I must admit, Gaz, there's nothing quite like hearing you strike those eye blades well.
Yeah.
And you thought I were going to banter you there, but I'm not, honestly. It sounds really, really good.
But I completely get Matt's point, because when I've tried full cavities, the ball striking is a lot better.
Yeah.
But then sometimes the ball flight's a bit high, a bit spinny.
Yeah.
So they've got the benefits, but then when you're playing your best golf, you don't get the best ball flight and feel, I don't think.
Yeah, and I mean, just to mirror what Gaz has said a little bit there, I love playing golf. I love it. I love using soft irons. I love getting that feedback. And when I hit a bad shot, I hit a bad shot, and I don't think any iron's really going to kind of forgive that, if that makes sense. So great question though, Matt. I don't think that's Matt Evans here, but
right.
I mean, if it is, well, I
think they're great though for anybody that struggles with ball striking.
Yeah.
Because good ball striking can help your golf.
100%, yeah.
And I think a lot of people do rush into getting mid-size irons and blades when they don't need them.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Small matter of up and down, I think, here. Interestingly, guys, if you are wondering what this is, the MGI Zip Navigator, we are giving this away on a video that we've just filmed here at Woolley Park Golf Club today. It's worth £1,000, so make sure you get in the mix for that. I'll link the video in the description below. Yeah, make sure you're in it with that. Right, sand wedge. I should 100% be putting this. 100%, but I miss golf. I've not been playing a week, so I've injured my knee, but let's get another question on the go. So on the YouTube community tab, we've got Matt Evans again. Thoughts on one length irons for beginners? They make it simpler, why not encourage them? I'm very traditional with that, and I get it, I understand it. I don't like the idea of a really long 9-iron or pitching wedge. I think get them in normal clubs first, then give them the option for that and see what.
And I think that very much relates back to, is the golfer getting into it for pure performance and scoring or for pleasure? Because I think if it's for pleasure, I think that takes the pleasure out of golf, personally.
Yeah.
From when I've tested them,
That's delightful.
That's a nice lie.
Gaz, I've got a real quick one for you.
Go on then.
Jay is cuter than Gaz anyway, because of the picture I put on.
I completely agree. Absolutely. I'm in top 2 though. I've got one for you.
Go on.
What's the best bit of golfing advice you've ever been given?
Oh, I'll tell you what it was. I know this because I said it just the other day. So it was Nathan Rogers. You remember Nate?
Yeah.
He's one of the best players that I played with growing up, and he said if ever you're in doubt with the reading of the green, give it a little bit more break.
Right.
Because you always want to miss it high side. If you miss it low side, it works away from the hole. You've got a longer second or third putt.
Yeah.
If you miss it high side, you're always going to have less.
I've never heard that one, so I might try that.
So you're starting this at that wall?
Yeah. Oh, I failed miserably.
Low side.
Low side.
You made that?
Yeah.
You sure?
Oh, I made it.
I wasn't looking.
It's all
Guys,
on camera.
can you read us this one? I've got one from Chris Sellings, again on the YouTube community tab. Then we're going to jump over to Instagram, guys, and answer a few on there for the next hole. Seems like a really interesting one.
Yeah, so this one from Chris Selling. What has been your favourite golf club ever? And where is it now? And why don't you still play it?
Favourite ever? Mine's the Mizuno MP32 irons. I've just bought them back, and I'm not gaming them at the moment because the shafts aren't quite right, like I've got in my 921 Tours. So I've bought them back because I wanted to use them. And this goes back to a really interesting question earlier about forgiving clubs. These aren't the most forgiving clubs in the world. The Mizuno Blaze near enough, but I really enjoyed my golf with them. I won't use them every time I play, but say my dream is to go and play at the old course this year because I've never done it, and I want to take those and go and play with it because I know that'll enhance my experience that day.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, I once bought a Scotty Cameron.
Shock.
Yeah, I'll let you finish your putt. So I once had a Scotty Cameron. It was traded in, and it was a limited edition one. What do you call them now?
One of button back.
A button back.
Yeah.
And I sent it away to Scotty Cameron for customization on it. And I love that putter. And I sold it to free up some money, £800.
And looking back, that £800 wouldn't have changed your life, would it?
Well, it wouldn't have, and now they're with like 1,600.
Yeah.
You know, and I always kick myself. I used to put well with it as well. It didn't just look good. So yeah, it's
so
a shame.
selling the wrong clubs at the wrong times.
Yeah, and they always said, don't they, you should never sell an old putter.
Yeah, the golden rule's never sell a putter, isn't it? Right. So guys, have you got a few questions from your end?
Yeah, we've got a few on here. Let's have a look what we got next. What's on your bucket list for golf that you've not done yet?
Just said it, haven't I? The old course at St Andrews this year. Funny you should say that, innit? But no, for me, I'm desperate to go and play the old course. I'd like to go and do it with my mates as well, and maybe my dad and stuff like that. But I imagine at the moment that it's not as busy as it maybe usually is because of there's not many tourists here, is there? I'm assuming that's the case, but I might be wrong. What about you?
I think for me, it would be to watch the Masters live at Augusta. It's my favourite. It's my favourite major. And obviously what a trip that would be, you know.
Not gonna lie, mate, it's decent.
Once in a lifetimer.
Have you seen my 3-wood egg cover out of interest?
No, why?
Have you not?
Oh wow, yeah, Masters. Yeah, well I know you've been. I know you've been.
Right guys, we're gonna go yellow tees here because it's a bit of a trek back there for the whites. Have you got another question?
I've had one, a little bit more on a serious point.
Yeah?
What would be one of the rules in golf that you would love to change?
Well, who's that start? That's a fantastic question.
It's Daniel Warren.
Daniel Warren, is he in your golf day team as well?
He's in my golf day team, yeah.
So what rule would I change? I think it'd have to be, I'd put a penalty on for slow play, like a proper penalty. I know we do have them, but I can actually try and police it a bit more. And the out of bounds rule, you know, where you can drop it from, I'd have that as a rule anyway. Yeah. Because I just think that'd speed up play so much. You know,
so that's stroke and distance, guys.
Oh, and the main one, drop it out of a divot in the fairway.
Exactly. That's exactly the one I was thinking of as well. I think, why should you be punished for somebody else leaving a divot?
Yeah, I think if you're in the rough, that's fair game.
And I'd love somebody from R&A to be watching this and actually explain why.
Yeah.
What is the reason?
Yeah, probably because I mean the whole logic of golf is hit it, find it, hit it. Yeah. I suppose it does take that away, but yeah.
But does that not sort of discourage people from repair? I mean, it shouldn't do because it's a game of etiquette, but I don't get that one.
Oh, that's the best you've hit in a long time.
Thanks.
Best hope it finds a divot.
I'll be fuming now, wouldn't I?
Sit. What do you think? Right guys, both way there. I think I'm actually in the trees, but should be okay, I think. So I asked a few questions on my Instagram story. Are there any good ones on there, guys?
Yeah, we've got one from Bill. He says he's not the greatest ball striker.
You and me both, Bill.
Would the P770s be a mistake? That's the hollow one, isn't it? With the smaller version to 790.
For me there, Bill's started the conversation by saying he's not a great ball striker. The P790 is such a good iron. I don't know why you wouldn't go for the P790.
I do as well, I agree, because I tried the 770 and it's just a little bit of a smaller version.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what, Chris plays the 770 and he loves it, but he can really strike a ball really well. So I think maybe in the short irons, go and get fitted again. We come back to getting fitted, try a bit of a split set, but like definitely 7-iron and over if you struggle with ball striking. I don't see why you wouldn't go into the 790s.
I'm guessing he's probably already using 790s, because why would he have not considered these already?
Yeah, that's a great point, yeah.
How much are your lessons, and would you recommend an on-course lesson or an off-course lesson?
So that's an interesting one, because that's one we've already discussed as well. So my lessons are £50 an hour. We do on-course lessons as well. Personally, I do like to see people on course. It depends entirely on what you're wanting to improve. If you're wanting a series of lessons, if you're just wanting a bit of an on-course performance lesson like me and Chris have done with a few people who came to an aim point clinic not long ago. What would you say there?
I would say that on-course lessons are very good for newer golfers. You know, I think there's a lot you can learn, awkward lies, you know, distance control around the green. And as a coach, it's nice to identify and see what your clients are struggling with.
Nice to get out and have a walk as well, isn't it?
Well, there's that as well, you know, but and socially, it's good to get to know your player, isn't it, a bit more?
Yeah, definitely.
A bit more of a
anyone can hit a ball on a range, can't
environment.
They? Right, I've just seen where mine's finished, Gaz. Might be first blood to you. Have you got another one?
Yeah, we've got quite a few on here actually, but one from a 26 handicapper.
Yeah.
Would it, and it's Patrick, by the way, Patrick Butner. More important, driver fitting or new wedges? 26 handicapper.
26, I think there. I was just mindful I was going to drive that straight into a tree because we're giving it away, guys, aren't we? If you imagine that. You can have it, but it's broken. I think it depends if you're having lessons, because if you are having a lot of lessons and you go and get a driver fit in, how long's that driver going to be fit to you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas I think if your short game perhaps isn't amazing, there's so many good forgiving wedges out there, like the Cleveland one we tested the other week. There's some ping wedges out there. There's some, well, I mean, every single wedge brand has a forgiving wedge. So if you don't have a massively forgiving set of wedges, then I think you probably should be looking at maybe that, because short game is where you're going to save most of your shots. If you can keep a driver in play anyway, then another 15 yards isn't going to be the difference between coming down from 26 to 18. It's going to be around the greens, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
I've massively got away with this, by the way, as well. Oh, sit. It's
all right, that.
I didn't hit the tree. It was a positive.
I think it might inspire you as well to spend a lot more time in that area of your game.
What a fantastic point that is. Great point. Here, I'll pick some out while you... Bang average golfer. LOL, ask him if he's going to reply to my message about sorting some lessons out.
I've actually seen that one this morning. He DM'd me, and I do apologise. I cannot explain to you, since starting this YouTube channel, how many messages I get.
That's nice.
And I do try and reply to them all, but I am starting to feel a bit guilty. I just sometimes miss some.
I'm the same. Like, I probably don't get as many messages as you. Well, I don't know, but
you probably do.
I'm not a very nice person. But yeah, you can't reply to everyone.
The problem is we're only human, and you know, I don't want to start crying here, but you pick your phone up and you're at work and you're busy and you just can't reply.
I mean,
unless you forget.
Unless it's Tinder, I don't know what you.
So I think for lesson bookings, guys, anything like that personal, if you come through the pro shop, and then we'll definitely not miss any.
Yeah, great point. Tommy Lithall, I think that is Tommy. That's one of the best questions I've ever seen, if that focuses on there. Who's best at FIFA?
Oh, we said we weren't going to discuss FIFA on this channel.
No, you said we weren't.
Listen, guys, not everything's true what you see.
Oh, right? Don't
he
give
can
it
edit.
that.
He's not bad at editing.
Nonsense. What, on Instagram?
On Instagram.
So same guy, Tom. I think it's Tom or Tom Lee. I think it's Tom. What's your favourite course in Chef?
Oh, that's great. That's a great question. For me, it's Hallamshire.
Really?
I always used to love playing Sheffield Plate there.
Yeah.
I love the back nine. If you've not had such a good front nine, you can always shoot a good back nine. It's always a bit downwind usually, a few par fives. I just love it. I love the greens as well. They're always quality.
So for me, it's Wortley, where we grew up. Like, I've got so many good memories there. Mum and Dad are still members there. It's quite a tricky golf course, and I just really, really enjoy it. One more before you eat your shot, Gaz. Laser rangefinder or GPS watch? I'm a rangefinder guy all day.
Wow, that is such a good question. I'm a laser person now, being a low handicap golfer and having a tight dispersion on irons, but I think when I was a higher handicapper, knowing the full depth of a green back and front, you know, it helped me choose a club.
Yeah.
I could pick what we're definitely going to get to the front and weren't going to go through to the back. So
yeah.
If you're asking us, I think we'd agree laser.
Yeah, but it depends what...
It depends what your dispersion's like on irons.
Could turn the screw here with a good one.
Oh, it's thin. Get down.
Yeah, that's all right. It's a good bad one, that, mate.
It is a good bad one. It just front right, but we're all human, aren't we?
So, Gaz, we've got two here. One from Nathan, one from Tommy. Can you read them out while I...
Is it TT?
It's TT.
Oh, it's TT.
What's he saying?
How many changes will Gaz make to his bag this year?
How many do you think?
Well, I've already made more than I thought I was going to make, and I think my downfall's obviously been living at your house for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And you know, you
weeks?
Guys,
it's got to have been a year.
Well, you guys might not know, but where I'm living, it's literally next to your room of clubs, isn't it? Or
yeah,
your office.
Is. Yeah.
So it's quite easy to have a nosy, you know, new clubs that come in and
definitely
get swinging them. So I don't know where it's going to stop, Tommy.
I'll answer that one, Tommy, a lot. Well, Nathan had a really good question actually. I spied that one.
First tournament this weekend as a higher handicapper. Top 3 tips.
What a great. So I tell you what, I'll give 3 and you give 3.
Yeah.
And you guys comment below and let us know what are the best 3 tips what we've given. My first tip is, Nathan, it's not how good your good shots are, it's how bad your bad shots are. And what I mean by that is keep the ball in play, don't try and take on Hollywood shots, stick to your basics, and you'll find that your bad shots dispersion is a lot closer. Don't lose any golf balls, and then you're going to be a lot better. My second tip is enjoy it, embrace it. If you're a high handicap golfer, I imagine you've not been playing that long. So remember why you started. Remember you're still there to enjoy it, even though it is a tournament or a competition. And my second tip, as I'm out of breath, is properly feed yourself and water yourself in the round, because so many times when I play competitions, I get to the 14th, 15th, and I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I just don't want to be there.
I think first tip is play your high percentage shot. So what club do you love hitting on the driving range? It might be a 7-iron or a 6-iron. Play that club, a lot. So, you can still get to par 5s with 3 or 4 good strikes. Second tip would be make sure you fight to get your score. So don't give up.
Yeah.
Even if you've had 8 down a hole, don't give up, because you can always get back into it.
We've all been there, haven't we?
Yeah, so make sure you don't fight till the end, because you'll only, sit in clubhouse and be so disappointed in yourself if you give up early.
Yeah.
And I think the third tip is what you've just mentioned, is enjoy it. It's just a game.
Yeah.
You're not playing for British Open. It's just a game. If it don't work out, so be it.
Doesn't matter, does it? Well, with this shot, I'm going to try and flop it over that bunker and stop it within a foot, so I don't lose again. But if it doesn't happen, guys, it doesn't matter, does it?
We'll never remember this in a year's time, will we?
No. I wonder if the shot is play it there and then just hope you 3-putt. Because let's be fair, what's the chances of getting up and down here?
Well, yeah, it's tough. It's good. That's an high percentage fault.
Could be a lot worse, couldn't it? Chance of holding the putt as well. Yeah, you come on, mate, if you want. Oh, wonderful. This hole's all down to just a bad tee shot as well.
Oh, it looked online.
One down. Time for a couple more.
Definitely.
On this last hole, and we'll call it.
There's been some good questions, actually.
Yeah, there has. You're going to go and get your bag, mate?
Yeah.
I've done it again to you, haven't I? I'm going to look at one more on Instagram, and then we'll go over to Twitter, the wonderful world of Twitter. To be honest, I'm thinking of coming off Twitter.
Are you?
Nothing ever positive comes from Twitter, does it?
I'm thinking of coming off Facebook.
Oh yeah?
Because all I get on Facebook is people asking me work-related questions, and it's
let's
more of a
pick-
sociable.
Here's one. Chris Eke. If you were, come on Chris, sorry. If you were on tour and had a full bag sponsor from a brand, who would you choose?
Oh, that's brilliant. That's a great question. I love the ethics and the family. They're a people's brand, aren't they?
Solheim and all that.
Yeah, but then I do have a bit of a love for Titleist.
Yeah, I get that.
Irons, wedges, not so much fairway woods and hybrids, but I don't know. I think irons and wedges and ball are a big thing, aren't
and putter. Like one of my big things there, and I was going to mention Titleist because of the Scotty Camerons, and obviously you'd use a Circle T and it'd be quite cool. The drivers are great, the TSI 3 is great, the irons are good, the T100s, Vokeys obviously are probably the best wedges you can get.
Yeah.
I do love Mizuno irons though.
Yeah.
But then I've used a TaylorMade driver for so long, so
It is a difficult question, that, and I guess I'm not going to start crying for tour pros, but I'm guessing.
Well, that logic is whoever offers you the most money into it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Titleist.
Yeah, I think I agree on that.
Which is strange, because I've only got one Titleist club in the bag I've got the wedges as well, so there's a few. But
I'm same. I've only got wedges.
Right, last hole because it's windy and horrible. Right, one last one from Instagram. Fat Boy Mitch, that's your name, not mine. I'll be Fat Boy James as well, and we can be Fat Boys together. I hit my irons well, almost stinger. I hit my irons well, almost stinger like. I don't get as much loft as my mates. Why? Without seeing a golf swing, Mitch, that's very difficult to say. I'm going to say it's probably down to your release pattern. Maybe you're not delivering the dynamic loft you should do. It could be down to your angle of descent. There's so many things it could be to do that.
I see a lot in new golf is handle draggers, pulling the handle, not letting the club fall to its low point.
Yeah.
But again, it's something you might need to see a golf coach about.
I think so, yeah. And on to Twitter, Lad Golf. Who's your favourite Man United player on FIFA?
What, now or does it matter?
Eric Cantona on that
Yeah.
because I scored 4 past Gaz with him. And a sensible question from Lad Golf. Favourite 5 courses in Yorkshire, least favourite 5 courses in Yorkshire. In both questions, it means why you like it or dislike it and struggle to play it or play it well. I'm going to let you get ready to tee off while we answer that because that's a long one. So I'm going to put out my top 5 in Yorkshire. First one's here at Woolley Park, not because it's the toughest golf course, not because it's necessarily the best golf course, although it is very good. It's the friendly atmosphere that you get every time you come, and we say this a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
That counts for so much.
Yeah.
Then I'm probably going to go with Huddersfield, because
Yeah.
we love it up there, don't we? We work there and very, very enjoy it, and we probably should mention it or we'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
Then Wortley Golf Club for me, because that's where we grew up.
Yeah.
Then Tankersley, because that's where I used to work. And then, is that 5? Is that 5 or 4? 4. And Ganton.
Ganton.
I mean, I've missed out, in fairness, I've missed out so many great courses in Leeds like Moortown or Woodley, Morallerton. Ganton's probably up there with one of the best courses in the country for me there.
Yeah.
What are your favourite 5?
It's a very, very difficult question, isn't it, to narrow it down, especially like when you've got would you call it a bias love for a few places, like obviously where we've worked?
Yeah, and that's
that kind of stuff.
That's how a lot of mine have been made up, Gaz, off that
Yeah.
question, I'm not going to lie.
I think if we're talking about friendliness, then this has to be considered. But I'm going to talk about the courses that I just love, the best ones that I enjoy. I'll just tee off first.
1. Shot tracer. Oh, that's awesome.
I've turned it as well.
That's so good. Go on, you answer, I ain't got a ball.
God, I just don't know how to answer this, James. I'm just going to go first ones to mind. I've mentioned it already, Hallamshire, he's got to be one of them. I'm not going to put them in order.
Yeah.
Lindrick, another one. Ganton, Rotherham, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I love Rotherham, it's local to me, and if I could join a course and be a member at a course, it would be Rotherham.
Yeah.
Because I just love it all year round. And it's only, it's in a nice commute, so that's one. And All Woodley. I've not mentioned All Woodley, have I?
No, that is one of the best ones.
Yeah.
The first and 18th hole there are fantastic.
And for
aren't they?
PGA pros as well, they're so accommodating as well. You know,
Yeah.
I've never ever had it, they really want to get you up there for a game of golf, which is really encouraging. So that's my top 5 really.
And then in total honesty, because they've asked, the lads at Lad Golf have asked for our least favourite. I was like, I don't have a least favourite, and I'd never talk negatively about a golf club, and ones I struggle at, I generally struggle, to be honest, at most golf courses.
Yeah.
So I can't really answer that for you. Like I don't have any golf courses that I dislike. The one that always springs to mind is Doran Totley, because I never played well there in that the Harold Lees that we always used to play in as assistants. I always played terribly.
Yeah.
That's not because it's a bad golf course, it's because I'm just not a very good golfer.
I'm going to be brave and say this. I wouldn't say dislike it, but the one I wouldn't be looking forward to playing is Stocksbridge, because it's
Never
so
played
hilly.
it. Yeah, I've never played it.
It's so on a hill, and it's each to their own, isn't it? But I wouldn't want to play that every week. And there's a few other courses like that.
Yeah.
I love Ogden.
I've not played that one either.
Ogden is what area?
Halifax.
Halifax.
Yeah.
I love that course, but again, I wouldn't want to play it every week. But if you haven't played these kind of courses, I think there are ones that you should go and play because they're so challenging.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it every week.
Fair enough. Right, we've got one more on Twitter, and it's Paul C. And he says, James, you're a Mizuno guy. I like the irons, but I won't call myself a Mizuno guy. Have you tried the JPX EZ3 hybrid? And if so, what are your thoughts? Struggling with 3-iron, so thinking about hybrid. I think there's so many good hybrids on the market. I haven't tried the EZ, to be fair. I have got it to try, so I will be at some point. But there's so many out there. I wouldn't go brand specific with a hybrid because there's I keep saying there's so many to test. I don't know why you'd put yourself in a hole to only use one brand of hybrid.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I don't want to chuck a curveball here as well but have you actually tried a 7-wood?
Yeah, great shout.
I think if you're good with fairway woods, a 3 and a 5 wood, it's got to be considered.
No, I totally agree with that. That's something which I've done a lot of testing with this year on high lofted woods, like an 11 wood, a 7 wood, a 7 hybrid, things like that. Because my dad struggles with the longer clubs, as a lot of senior golfers do, and they've kind of transformed his game a little bit, Gaz, and made him play better.
Yeah.
So,
I see so many people using hybrids that are too strong in loft, you know, 19 and 20, when they're hitting a fantastic 5 wood, and it'd be so easy for them just to transition into a 7 wood.
Yeah, fair
so it's
shout.
got to be considered.
Fair shout. So for me, that's the Q&A portion of this video over. All that's left to do is me to get up and down here and make a birdie and not lose. You've hit a great shot in there though, Gaz.
Yeah, it were a good shot, that.
One of your best, that. Gaz, you're in position A there, aren't you?
I've hit that one well, yeah.
Right.
Great shot. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. That's a birdie putt.
I must say, guys, you may notice I've been struggling with my knee a bit. I'm just kind of on the road to recovery from it. And today all I've done is just try and take it to about here and just turn like easily.
Yeah.
My ball striking's been the best it's been for ages. So not part of the Q&A, maybe there's something in that.
I'll tell you what though, I guess there'll be a lot of people watching today that didn't have a chance to ask any questions. So get in comments, guys, you know. We enjoy this, don't we?
Yeah, we love it, mate. It's really casual. It's a nice video because people actually get a lot of interaction. And you know what? You know, guys, if you would like to ask a question, ask it, and we'll film it over on Gary Martin Golf for next week. So get in the comments here. Make sure you go and subscribe so you don't miss it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
He's really doing some good stuff on there. So Tahid's absolutely flying. And the should about just not finished last on my golf day. So
I'm looking forward to that, by the way.
I am, be good, yeah.
I can't wait to, you know, meet some new people and that, and yeah, it should be good.
Right, that's just me at about 10 feet there. That flag's tucked away naughtily, isn't it?
It's put a bit of pressure on me here with this tight lie. You know, I was looking forward to having a chip in, and now I'm.
You just got to get this right, haven't you?
It's a tight lie. I'm not going to lie. I've got to nip it a bit.
Dirty golf ball as well. That doesn't help.
Well, you know, I'm not my most confident shot this, but I'm going to play it as it should be played, and not just punch one in. Go. Oh,
that's done really well for you.
Do you think that's done well?
I think that's done. I thought that was going to land short and not even be on the green.
Oh, it were a bit soft for my liking.
It wasn't your best. Right, guys, it all comes down to the putter.
There's some undulation on these greens, isn't there? It's
yeah,
like
this is 3-putt territory all day.
I'm looking forward to getting back to the bar. It's always a friendly welcome, isn't it, round bar? Feel good, comfortable.
Depends if you brought your wallet this time.
That's why I enjoy it. Oh, stay there. Oh, is it a bit of a misread, that?
Gone left at the end, hasn't it?
There's some meat on it.
See now, do I go for this birdie or do I? Because you're not making that, are you?
I don't know, I might do uphill first.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's alright, that. Can't lose to an injured James Robinson, can I?
Good confidence booster this for your pro-am next week. Well done, mate. So guys, even with one leg, I'm joking. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We really hope you have enjoyed that. Guys, thank you for your time, mate. I really appreciate it. Some really good insights into some of your questions there. Remember guys, if you haven't had your question answered, make sure you do get in the comments below and get some questions in. We'll film it for Gaz's channel next week, so make sure you go and subscribe to that. Apart from that, thank you so much for all the continued support. It really does mean a lot, doesn't it, that people enjoy watching and actually take things from these videos as well. So apart from that guys, smash that subscribe button if you haven't done already. Leave us a like. Also, if you want to win a remote control trolley, make sure you do check out that video, which is linked in the description below. And apart from that, I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.